Hi folks, welcome back to MetaBox Tutorials. Today, I'll show you how to auto-populate related fields to reduce manual data entry in WordPress. In many projects, users have to enter information into multiple related fields manually. This not only takes time, but can also lead to inconsistent data, especially when working with bookings, events, or products. Instead of entering everything manually on the back end, we'll make the system auto-populate related fields from a main field. For example, when managing hundreds or even thousands of products, you can automatically generate a unique product code based on category and post ID. This helps standardize product data and avoid duplicate values. Let's start now. For this practice, we only need the free version, MetaBox Lite, to have the framework and some essential extensions. If you're using MetaBox All-in-One, everything is already included, including all advanced features and extensions. Here are some extensions. MB Custom Post Type to create a product custom post type, and also a taxonomy to store product brands. We'll also use MB Builder to create custom fields for the product data. And finally, MB Group will help us organize related fields into structured sections for better data management. Before going into the detailed steps, I've already prepared some sample data for this demo. Here, we have a product custom post type with several products added. Each product has already been assigned to a corresponding brand taxonomy, as you can see in the brands column. Now, we'll move on to the next step, creating custom fields to store additional product data for each product. First, go to MetaBox, Custom Fields to create a field group for the product information. Here, I've already created a group field with two subfields inside. One is for the product name. This post field type allows you to select a product from the created post type. The other is for the SKU, which represents the product code. The idea is that when you select a product name in the backend, the SKU field will be automatically populated with the corresponding value instead of entering it manually. You can add as many fields as needed to store product data. However, in this example, I only use these two fields to keep it simple. We make this group field clonable to add as many products as you want. And of course, don't forget to set the location rule for this field group. In this practice, I set it to the product page. Now, in the page editor, you will see the created fields. You just need to fill in the product information. However, at this stage, the product code is not automatically filled yet. Move to the most important step. As I mentioned earlier, the goal here is to automatically display the SKU value when we select a product in the product name field. Now, we'll add some code to the theme file editor to handle this automation. First, we register an AJAX action in WordPress that works only for logged-in users in the admin area. Next, retrieve the post ID from the AJAX request and set it to 0 if no value is provided. When no product is selected, the process stops immediately to avoid running unnecessary code. This one is to retrieve the terms of the brand taxonomy associated with the given product post ID. This code helps check whether the product has any brand terms and if so, it retrieves the first term. The following code is to generate the SKU by combining the brand name with the product post ID in this format. Then, it sends the generated data back to JavaScript in JSON format as a successful AJAX response. This hooks into the WordPress admin footer to output JavaScript that runs only in the back end without affecting the front end. From there, this part detects when a product is selected in a cloned field group. When the value changes, it identifies the correct row, sends a request to get product code data, and fills the SKU field in that row automatically. It works dynamically for each clone, so every row is handled independently, without affecting others. On product change, it gets the current clone and calls a function to update the product code. After that, the MetaBox hook runs after a post is saved. And this one retrieves all group data and stops if the field is empty. At this point, loop through each group, get the product inside it, retrieve the product's brand, then generate a product code by combining the brand and product ID and save it back into the group. Finally, it updates the entire cloned group with the modified data. That's all for the code. It's available on GitHub, so you can refer to it. Now, when you return to the product page editor, selecting any product instantly updates the SKU. Everything works smoothly as expected. That's the end of today's tutorial. If you want to try more tips, please watch other tutorials on this channel. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to us for more tutorials. Bye!